This ain't rapping, it's a damn warning. Late night to the early morning. Got a vision, I planned it out. Trying to stop me, but I kept going. I study plays, now I'm in the game, and it's all the same, but I had to change. You'll never crash, you in your lane. I can take the loss, cause it's all a game.
Yo, what Casamigos mean in English? Drunk.
All I know is survival. All this fashion is tribal. Want the head of my rival. This about to go viral. Say the word, then it's final. To get the moving like pronto. I'm just living my title. Do this shit with my eyes closed. All I know is survival. All this fashion is tribal. Want the head of my rival. This about to go viral. Say the word, then it's final. Get the moving like pronto. I'm just living my title. Do this shit with my eyes closed.
You ain't no Israelite, but you a gospelite, bitch.
What you talking about?
If that nigga on wall, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga named the Slayer. What you think, boy? You be done to try. Psycho shit, we bout it. UPK, you solid, little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like I ain't no. Walk right every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood, hood. More than you, bitch. Shot my shit, I'm bout it. UPK, you solid, Fuck nigga don't want walk. It ain't enough clips in your army. All the bitches wanna take my piece. All the hoes wanna take my piece. All the niggas wanna take my piece. No, I can't let a dog take it from me. I can't let a dog take it from me. You a hoe, sonny, and you dummy. And these bitches really out this bitch walk around like they don't know nothing. And a lame nigga fall for them and get set for the coins and get gunned down, man down. Should've took the time, get a damn no. But I see the sorrow and I show her. She could never get a piece. You're a dirt ass, rust that neck bitch with a fake ass touring. In Tennessee while I'm touring. It's a Tennessee, but she luring. And a sucker duck bitch ass boy, fuck nigga over that bitch muggin'. I say, if that nigga on wall, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga named the Slayer. What you think, boy, you be done to try. Psycho shit, we bout it. UPK, you solid, little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Walk right every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood, hood. More than you, bitch. Oh, you a nigga down to me. Eat candy, but I'm sucker free. You a little nigga, none of me. Base up, boy, I fit a beat. Yeah, AR 2-3. Draco with a magazine. In a clip, like limousine. I shoot your ass in the spleen. Boy, I bust your ass in the temple. We debating by the temple. Tell the truth, boy, you's a big one. You squirm off like a lizard. Nigga walk down my road. Why does nigga come down my road? Boy, come down my road. Boy, I charge your ass toll fee. I'm a real big priest, nigga. UPK play for keys, nigga. Commander General get a damn order, but ain't nothing to me to damn kill you. I stuck his ass like a cat. All weapons, boys full of tech. Boy, like a close comeback. They got popped off for a neck. If that nigga on wall, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard on us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga named the Slayer. What you think? Well, you be done to try. Psycho shit, we bout it. UPK, you solid, little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Walk right every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood, hood. More than you, bitch.
Christ said 7 women gonna be on one nigga in the end time. Nigga, fuck wrong with you, boy. Stress by that damn whole ass bitch. Fake ass nigga too. Dumb ass motherfucker. Fuck you.
Yeah, you know what it is. 140 for the rapper, busy man, shit, nigga. They take their head over, nigga.
Okay, where Eve did the Adam, I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the eye like stamps and I can't let no hoe to lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. No competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying, this shit light work.
think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Suckle up and stay alert. Another cop can stretch the nigga. He ain't thinking it's an exorcism. Watch how blessed the nigga. You took that open blood, then you know I'm gonna get active with you. Fuck the opposition, I see vision. Let me make it quick. Rappers can they spin, I ain't listening. Is in fact if revenge was a woman, now I stole that bitch like Jack. So I walk, we gon' run the summer. It's gonna be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. As you run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil.
To catch them as frauds because
Headquarters, we on?
they're getting paid off.
Cut that light off on the hallway, please. Headquarters, we rocking and rolling.
Rock.
How about Shimmy outside back a thumb? Clap it up. Clap it up. You ready to rock headquarters?
Yes, sir.
Good to see you, Akim. Good to see all of you out there. Bienvenido. Good to see all of you. Mi nombre es General Mahayman. Estoy al servicio de El General Yahanas. Nosotros somos la Escuela Israelita de Conocimiento Práctico Universal. Comenzamos en 1 Oeste Calle 125, Harlem, Nueva York. Desde 1969, debajo del mando de General Yahana. Carnales, esta es la verdad. Si tú eres hombre, español, negros o indio nativo, tú eres Israel. El pueblo elegido de Dios. Madre y tu padre dicen que somos un culto y me tienen su iglesia sin culpa, pero su iglesia es culpable de todo lo que nos están pasando. Órale, Akim, órale. Let's get it on headquarters. Who do we have in here tonight?
We got Virginia with us.
Give VA a hand. I see you, VA.
Killeen, Texas.
Killeen, Texas. Big Texas. I see you out there, warrior.
And Killeen has a question, sir.
All right, Killeen, you up. You're up.
Colonel Khan, sir. Shalom, Yahaba, Shem Yashar Brakatha, sir.
Good to see you.
All right. I had a question about a scripture in Zephaniah, sir. Let me pull it up. My notes, Salakia. And basically, I wanted to ask, there's a precept that I wanted to know, does this explain this particular scripture?
All right.
All right, here we go. The scripture is in Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, sir, for then will I turn to the people a pure language, that they may all call upon the name of the Lord to serve him with one consent.
Mm-hmm.
The precept that I wanted to ask, sir, is this an appropriate scripture to explain what this is talking about, is in 1 Corinthians 1 and 10, where it says, now I beseech you, brethren, by the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, Yahweh Shai, that ye all speak the same thing, and that there be no divisions among you, but that ye be perfectly joined together in the same mind and in the same judgment.
Okay. That precept is what brings about the other precept. The one you're reading right now in the New Testament is what brings about the other precept in the Old Testament. The kingdom of heaven is going to begin with a few men who believe in the Lord their God with all their heart and all their soul. Amo a Dios con todo tu corazón. Y ama tu hermano como a ti mismo. That's how the kingdom of heaven starts. A few brothers who love each other, love the Lord with all their heart, and love thy brother as their selves. Now that love expands to rule the entire planet Earth. You understand? And so what the New Testament is how it starts. Brothers who are in the same mind, love the Most High God, love each other, believe in it sincerely. No one is forcing them to keep the commandments. That's the way it was in Jerusalem a long time ago. If you kept the commandments, you were forced to. You were afraid of being stoned or killed. But that's not the way it's going to be among these brothers. These brothers choose to do it. They are a law unto themselves. They make sure to keep the commandments. They don't need to be afraid to be stoned to keep the commandments. They're going to rule the world. Once they rule the world, the love between those few men expand to everyone on the planet Earth. You understand?
Colonel Wakan, sir.
Anything else?
Oh, that was it. The water, sir.
No problem. Anything else? Sin problema. Any other questions? Haz tu preguntas. Headquarters.
Con, sir. Virginia has a question as well.
Okay, Virginia. You're up, yo, brother. What's your name up? I'm sorry. You're Rashomon. I see you up. I couldn't recognize your face until just now. I just saw who you are. You're Rashomon. Good to see you, warrior. I can't hear you, however.
Salaki, sir. I have my phone on mute. Yeah, Salaki. Come on, sir.
No problem. I see you, Ak. What can I do for you? Good to see you as well, Ak.
Good to see you as well, Alawat the water. I had a question on Leviticus chapter 25, verse 45. I wanted to know the I guess the parameters of these strangers, heathen or Israel.
No sweat. You got it.
Leviticus 25, verse 45. Moreover, of the children of the strangers that do sojourn among you, of them shall ye buy, and of their families that are with you, which they begat in your land. And
These are Israelites.
Okay, Khan, sir.
Yeah, and remember, Israel was under a class system in Israel, so it's difficult sometimes to understand because now you have airplanes and people from Somalia live in your town because they can jump on a plane or a ship and go across the world. But think of a time when it wasn't like that, when strangers were people from another town. You get my point? If you were from another town, you were a stranger because you were not from this town. Many ghettos work like that nowadays in Jamaica and Trinidad and some ghettos in the UK and here, where if you're from 3 blocks away, you're a stranger.
Right.
I'm assuming you know what I'm talking about, right?
Right.
That's the way it was in biblical time. All of them are the same race, but they're not from this town, so they're strangers. They're not from these parts. They're not from around here, which makes them strangers. But everyone was the same race because the other races lived so far away, lived all the way over there, and very few people encountered other races unless you were on the border of the country. Then now you would interact with other races like the Philistines or the Moabites or something like that. These precepts you're reading about are how we treated each other, but they were still strangers to the people that lived in that area, to the people that lived there. And this is another thing that you should absolutely see in precepts like this, that we had rules on how you could deal with a stranger. And we treated strangers well, even though they were of a different class, even though we would give them work contracts where they would be in essence servants because they had a contract to work for us, right? But we still were far more kind to them than the servants in America are treated with. Far more kindness than the servants in America are treated with. And we would never be cruel to our visitors the way that America is cruel to its visitors, the way that America is cruel to its immigrants. Give me that precept. Like, there's a precept in Leviticus where it talks about how you should treat the strangers, the immigrants that come to your town, that come to your city, because we were strangers at one time in the land of Egypt. But this would go with this precept you're talking about. To your answer, they're all Israelites. They're all the same race, but they don't live in the same place. Do you get my point?
Right. Karabakan, sir.
If you find it, let me know. If not, I can get it for you.
Karabakan, sir.
You have it? Go ahead.
Leviticus chapter 19, verse 34. But the stranger that dwelleth with you shall be unto you as born among you.
You understand that? The stranger that dwells with you, he shall be unto you as one that is born among you. Hold on, Akim, I'm having some problems with this computer real fast. Stand by. Hold up, I can't see something. 1 second, Yerushalayim, right? Knocked over every damn thing just now over here. Hey, give me a hand out here if anybody there. Hold on. Stand by, Yerushalayim, right? I can't even find the other button here. So go ahead and break it down.
Leviticus chapter 19, verse 34. But the stranger that dwelleth with you shall be unto you as one born among you.
You understand that? That's hospitality, brother, right here, right here. That's hospitality. Pick up this stuff right there. Hospitality. The stranger that is among you, you're going to treat him like he was born there, which once again is the point of a stranger. This precept should tell you what the strangers are. It's right in front of you. Read it one more time.
And thou shalt love him as thyself.
Read again, please.
Also like it. But the stranger that dwelleth with you shall be unto you as one born among you.
So what was somebody who was not a stranger? Based on this.
They were one that was not born among you.
No, if he was not a stranger, if he was one of you, what made him one of you?
Being born among you.
That's it. You understand? So when you read the precepts in the Old Testament, because you see the term stranger, you might think it's speaking about non-Israelites. It is not. It is speaking about the people who are not from around these parts, who were not born here. It's right in front of you. You just read it. Read it one more time.
But the stranger that dwelleth with you shall be unto you as one born among you.
See, if he was born here, he would not be a stranger. But since he's not born here, he's a what?
A stranger.
Stranger. But I'm going to treat him like he was born here. You understand? I'm going to treat him like he was born here. Why? Because I'm not Donald Trump. I'm not some disgusting devil who treats their guests like criminals. I'm not doing that. I know he's not from here. I know he wasn't born here, but I'm going to treat him like he was. Don't you understand what that means? If the Israelites were in charge, we would never be so cruel to our immigrants. Never. If we were in charge of this country and white people from other countries, from Sweden and Iceland and Germany and Ireland and Italy, if they came to be with us, we would treat them the same way we treated someone who was born here. That's what we would do, because the Bible says to do it. What else does that tell you about Christians? They don't follow the Bible because it's right in front of you. This is how immigration should be. This should be immigration law right now if you believe in God. Read it again.
But the stranger that dwelleth with you shall be unto you as one born among you.
You understand how kind that is and fair and just that is? Meanwhile, if you're not born in America, they snatch your baby out of your arms and throw you in a truck and send you to alligator Auschwitz. They send you to alligator Auschwitz if you're not born here. We wouldn't do it. We wouldn't treat people like that because we obey the Bible and white people don't. Because the Israelites obey God and Christians don't. Keep going.
And thou shalt love him as thyself.
Thou shalt what?
Love him as thyself.
That's what the Bible says. I know he's not born here, but you're going to love him like yourself. You're going to treat him like he was born here. We would hate him. Why? Because he was a different race? No, we're all the same race in these scriptures. We're all Israelites in the Bible. But he's not from here, and that was reason enough for people to be mean to him, to be cruel to him, because he wasn't born here, because he's from another city, because he's from up north and I'm from down south, because he's from out west and I'm from the east side, because he's from North Chicago and I'm from South Chicago or West Side Chicago. What's the neighborhood that hates each other in Virginia?
Got Young's Park right behind us and Curry Park over there.
So people will kill each other and hate each other because you're from Young's Park and I'm from Curry Park, correct?
That's correct.
That's the way it was in the Bible. It was like that. Now, the people in Curry Park, what race are they?
Black.
The people in Young Park, what race are they?
Black.
You see, they're the same race, but they treat each other like strangers. You understand? And why do they treat each other like strangers, Urashima?
Because one is from Young's and the other one is from Curry.
Because they're born in two different places. That's it.
Right.
That is the way it was until Moses instituted this law. He said, "Nah, you're not going to treat somebody terrible because they're from Young's Park anymore. You're not going to treat somebody terrible because they're from Curry Park anymore. No more of that. You're going to love them like you would love someone that was born in your town, in your city. That's what you're going to do. And the same rules that apply to them apply to you and vice versa. Keep going.
For ye were strangers in the land of Egypt."
You know why we have laws like this? Because there was a time when we were strangers in the land of Egypt. We weren't from there, but we lived there. 70 hungry people went and got safety and kindness under one of our kinsmen named Joseph, the head of the tribe of Ephraim, the chosen people of God, the Puerto Ricans. He was there working in a high position in the government, and he gave us kindness and safety during the famine. We were able to live in Egypt, and we were able to benefit from their hospitality for a while. But then there was an evil king. His name was Ramses, and he got in charge of Egypt, and he forgot what the Puerto Ricans did for Egypt. He forgot what the Latinos did for Egypt, and he began to be cruel to us and put hard bondage on us. And then Egypt then began to be the house of bondage, the house of slavery, because one cruel pharaoh forgot the benefit that he gained from having us in his country. He forgot he got rich from having us live in his country, and he began to be cruel to us. This is exactly what is happening in America. Now you have a president in America who has forgotten what the Latinos have done for him, forgotten what the Mexicans and the Guatemalans and the Haitians and the Dominicans have done for America. Now he's cruel to them. No problem. The same fate that Egypt suffered, America will suffer the same. Son un nación odiosa, liderada por un hombre odioso. This is an evil nation ruled by an evil man. We wouldn't do that, Hiroshima. We'd be kind. We'd be generous. We'd be fair. So when you read the stranger laws in the Bible, just remember, strangers in the Old Testament were Israelites who weren't from your part of town. That's it. Everyone understand?
Got to concert. The water, General.
The water to you, warrior. Yahweh Shim Yahushua Barakatah.
Yahweh Shim Yahushua Barakatah.
Kind of, sir, if you want to keep rolling, Milwaukee has a couple questions.
Milwaukee, I see you, brother. You have a question?
Yeah, about Shem Shabakata. I have two questions out of what.
Mm-hmm.
I got two questions out of what.
I'm ready.
Questions one is from Deuteronomy chapter 14 and verse 1. It says, "Ye are the children of the Lord your God. Ye shall not cut yourself." I know that what that means. That means tattoos, but nor make any baldness between your eyes for the dead. I don't know what that means, Ottawa.
No problem. At this time, at this time, baldness was a religious custom. That's where balding yourself comes from. It comes from Egypt. All of the laws you're reading about in Leviticus are laws that we had to separate us from the Egyptian culture. I believe it's at Leviticus 18 and 1, where every law you're reading about is there because the Egyptians were doing it. And when you get your own land, don't bring that custom with you. That's an Egyptian custom. Don't do it. The Egyptians would bald their entire body to be more spiritual to Egyptian gods. So they would bald their head, they would bald their face, and they would shave off their eyebrows. You understand?
Come.
They would be hairless, completely hairless. So they would have no hair, no beards, and they would have no eyebrows either at all. And that's that precept. They would shave their eyebrows off to worship some dead, king or some dead ancestor. And the Lord is saying, we can't do that anymore in our new land.
Come.
Shave your head, shave your eyebrows off, shave your beard off, cut yourself. That's another thing they would do. They would do tribal markings, and they would cut their flesh for the ancestors, which is why the Bible says you cannot do it for the dead. The dead are called today the ancestors. Give me a picture of Africans who tribal mark or tribal cut themselves today. Somebody sent me something on my phone. I get so much crazy stuff on my phone. I'm about to turn this thing off. Because some African was on my phone and she had cut a hole in the bottom of her lip. She cut a hole right in the bottom of her lip and she closed her mouth and she was putting the tongue through the hole. You understand? She had her mouth closed, and the tongue was tonguing through the hole. I said, I gotta change my algorithm. My algorithm is terrible.
You stupid, dude.
I'm telling you, so things like that, you can't. The Africans still do many of those things today. They cut themselves, cut their flesh, split their lips open, cut their lips into shreds, cut off their clitoris if they're women, and we can't do those things. The scripture you're talking about is about cutting off your eyebrows. All right.
I have one more scripture out of what.
I'm ready.
Deuteronomy chapter 16 and 21. Thou shalt not plant the grove in any tree near unto the altar of the Lord thy God. What is a grove?
1 second, warrior. I think this is N.W.O out of Louisiana. He has some good story. Ephraim N.W.O. Louisiana State Police use forces. Louisiana State Police Force disproportionately uses force against Black people. An analysis finds. If you can find that, or N.W.O, if you can send it to headquarters, and the brother can get it on the screen. If you send it to me during the class, I might not be able to see it. All right. But the Ephraim out of headquarters, he'll get anything, any stories you brothers want or sisters want. Send him the Ephraim out of headquarters, and he'll rock it out for you. All right. Go ahead.
Shalakia, do you want me to read it over, Ottawa?
Please, if you don't mind.
Deuteronomy chapter 16 and 21. Thou shalt not plant thee any grove in of any tree near unto the altar of the Lord thy God. What is a grove of any tree?
A grove is like an orchard, like an orange grove. It means a group of fruit-bearing trees. That's what a grove is. So near the altar of the Lord, you couldn't have an apple farm or an orange farm or fig trees. One fig tree is just a fig tree. But if you have, 200 fig trees, that's a grove. It's like, it's full of water. It's wet. It's full of water to feed the trees. And it's called a grove. All right? Go ahead.
So Salakia Ottawa, why he wouldn't want a grove of trees?
He doesn't want them around the altar of God.
Why?
Because of the fire.
Oh.
Because the altar of God is full of fire, burning, cooking lamb, and it's like having trees next to a stove. Trees are made of wood.
Okay.
And there's fire in there, so it's going to burn. So you don't plant trees, fruit trees around all that fire, because the altar is full of fire. That's what they're doing they're burning sacrifices on the altar. Okay.
That's a Ottawa.
All right, the water boy. Questions.
Khan, we have some questions in the chat. Let's see. Fury of Gad asks, Salakia Alawap, is Obadiah 1 and 4 the reason the U.S. and many U.S. territories have stars on their flags, sir?
All right, let's see it.
Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord.
Okay, this precept is not the reason that they do it. This precept is prophesying that they would do it. The reason that America loves stars and has 52 stars on the flag, and Texas is the lone star state, is because they worship the stars. as the Masons did before them. The Masons designed this country based on Masonic worship. Masons are like the first fraternal organization. All of those black Greek fraternities are baby colored sections of Greek fraternities. Greek fraternities are off branches of the Masons. The Masons are the original first fraternity. All right. And they worship the stars. They literally made the stars their god. All right. And so because of that, the people that started America, they designed Washington, D.C. in the shape of a star. You can look that up. Everything about America is the star, the star, the star. Then, of course, they want to go to the moon to be among the stars, to be up there with the stars. Then they went to the moon in 1969 to be among the stars. This precept prophesies that. This is how we know who Esau is and who Edom is, because he fits the description of the prophecies in the Bible about the people of Edom, or the nation of Esau, the only race that God gives no future mercy to. That's in the Bible dictionary, young brothers. All right. So this is a prophecy for that. The reason they do it is because the people that founded and started this country were star worshipers. Any other questions?
Colonel Khan, sir. No Coward Cincinnati asked, Shalom, sir, Baba Gashak. Can I get a general breakdown of Jeremiah 2 and 16?
No problem. Whenever you're ready. Tanto tiempo. Take your time.
Colonel Khan, Jeremiah 2 and verse 16. Also the children of Noth and Tahpanhes have broken the crown of thy head.
Okay, I don't recall this one. You might need to give me a little more with that. I don't remember. I don't know who these people are. You can look it up if you want to. That's his question.
Colonel Khan, I think his question is who they are.
Yeah, look that up in the Bible dictionary. Like, I don't remember. Commander General Yohana would know, but I don't remember. So I'd either call him or you can look it up in your Bible dictionary. Usually that suffices. All right.
Okay.
Is there anything else?
Yes, sir. America is burning. As Salakia Adawan, if I may, can I get a general breakdown on Zephaniah 3 and verse 8 through 9?
Madabar, oh shit, Madabar is still sending me something.
Oh, so I got the other story.
Say again?
I got the other story that he brought up.
That's the one, yeah. Madabar, absolutely. But just contact the brother in the class. Like, I'm teaching a class now. Contact the brother. He'll get the stories up, all right? Go ahead.
Come on. Zephaniah 3 and verse 8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy.
That's a good one. This is a third world's war precept. The end of days. The end of days. That's coming. Sudia igando. Sudia igando. His day is coming. Our oppressor, his day is coming. And this is a precept that's speaking about it. He's going to get all the nations together, all the nations that have oppressed the children of God, the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, los 12 tribus de la nación de Israel. Those nations have been oppressed by every other nation on this earth. The so-called white man, or our oppressor, chiefly among them. And there's a day coming, brother, that he is going to get what he has given out in return. And this precept is about that. If that was his question, that's his answer.
Colonel Khan.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Sudia estegando. Estegando. Go ahead.
Whenever
you're ready.
The brother Deseron 144 asked, Shalom, General. In Deuteronomy 20 and 5, it mentions dedicating a house. How do we dedicate a house, and do we still do it today?
Dedicating a house is like opening it up. You know, absolutely. There are some brothers, not many people do it, but you can do it in the nation of Israel. If you want to dedicate your home, you get a new home, new business, and you want to have the priest come down there and bless the people in that business or bless the people in that home, you contact the Israelite School of UPK, and we can absolutely provide that service for someone who deserves it. We can absolutely do that. And it's a custom in Israel. I've seen it done many times in my service under Commanding General Yohana, and you absolutely could do it today. It's when you have a new house, you get a new crib, you're about to move into it. And you want, as you move into it, you want this house to be a blessing as opposed to a curse. You want God to bless the people in this house. So because of that, you bring a priest over there and he prays that the Most High God blesses all of the people in this house and to dedicate this house to the Lord, meaning the people in this house are going to serve the Lord. So because of that, you're asking the Lord to protect the people in this house. And that's something that we absolutely can do and will do and do today. Anything else?
We have a question in the room, sir. Officer, you got it, sir.
Shalom alawab, Yahbashim Yahshabrakatah.
Yahbashim Yahshabrakatah. What's going on, warrior?
Most High in Christ, solid out of one. With your grace, Baba Kashar, sir. I wanted to ask you this question pertaining to the different tribes. A lot of time when I have conversation with Haitian, I know I suffer this with my Haitian brothers, but all the 12 tribes I could say suffer from this. Jamaicans, people from Dominican Republic, they hold on to the identity that we ended up with after slavery.
Yeah.
Right. Like we were in Haiti, we'll hold on to 1804. We hold on to that Haitian flag. Jamaicans do it, Dominicans do it, Puerto Ricans do it. What would you say, Adawan, to someone who's holding on to that identity when you are trying to show them that, yes, this is who we became, but we were someone before this. This is a result of slavery, and we should not hold on to what we've developed after slavery because we were someone prior to slavery. How would you attack this, sir?
You just did it. IND, Fremwen. Fremwen is correct. Is the right pronunciation correct?
Fremwen,
Fremwen. Fremwen. That's how you do it. Let me tell you, every tribe, we have the exact same blessing. We have the exact same love from the Most High God, and we have the exact same problems. What you're doing is simply what the tribe of Judah also has to do when it comes down to letting someone let go of African culture and letting go of American culture. Think with the so-called black people have been in America for 350 years. Think about the black cultural things that we love, that we absolutely love. And we have to teach them that we have a culture before 350 years. We have a culture before the time we spent in Africa. And which you do it the way you're doing it up. You have to show it to them. But just don't think of it as different and special to the tribe of Levi. It's not. So-called Latinos go through the same thing. So-called the black people in America go through the same thing. It's hard. They've been here so long. They've done it so long that because of that, it's their culture, because that's how long they've been doing it. You have to show them that it is not their culture. And they have a culture that precedes that. They have a culture that precedes the French, that precedes living in Haiti. They have a culture that is before that. And that's what you have to do. And it's an art form, Mark. Like, don't think of it like one way you have to do it. Like, I know that many Caribbean tribes love their flag. They wave them around a ton. And that comes from living in America because the Puerto Ricans, the Haitians, the Latino-speaking tribes, or the Spanish-speaking tribes, they're here in America, which makes them really love their flag. They swing it a lot because they want to represent their culture. The white man does the same thing. He has an Irish flag and an Italian flag because he lives in America. So he wants everyone to know that he's from Ireland. He's from Italy. They have the Irish parade in New York and the Italian-American festivals in New York. They want to represent their original country. So that's what makes them really embrace the flag of that country. What you want to do is understand it. You get where it comes from. And then you want to break away at it, chip away at it as an art. Sometimes you can wear that flag. I noticed, Levi, that you take the Haitian flag and you wear it around sometime, correct?
And I don't want gun all the time, sir.
Yeah, and you do that to let every Haitian know that you're one of them, because they can't just look at you and tell any difference from you and any other tribe. So you wear a Haitian flag so they can know, hey, that's someone that speaks my language over there. I can talk to him. At the same time, you know that Haitian flag is not your flag. You know that. You know that is not a flag that represents you, but you're using it as a way to, as an introduction to let them know, I speak your language. You can talk to me. And as you use it, then you begin to break them away from it, to break them away from the flag and from the culture of a land that was never theirs. Haiti never belonged to the chosen people of God, the Levites or the so-called Haitians. That was never their land, ever. Puerto Rico, Mexico never belonged to La Raza or the Mexican people. Venezuelans, that was never your land, Venezuela, ever. You were there for a long time. You were there first. You were there before anyone else. But you can't just simply build your culture based on this land that you've been exiled to. Our homeland is Jerusalem, Palestine. That's our homeland. Vámonos a casa. Vámonos a casa cruzando del Rio Jordán. Come with me across the River Jordan. Let's go home. Let's go home, every tribe. Every tribe. Let's leave Haiti, leave Mexico, leave New York, leave Staten Island, leave St. Louis, leave Memphis, leave Venezuela. Let's leave these countries and go home. Our real homeland is in the Middle East, the land of Jerusalem, the nation of Israel. And you have to teach them that, and you bring them into it, and you break their bond from the place of their captivity, and you reaffirm their bond with their true homeland, Israel. That's how you do it, warrior. That's the art form in doing it. You understand?
Cut out of one color, sir.
Was there anything else?
La out of one.
Thank you. Merci. Merci is thank you, correct?
Merci. Say it without the R.
Say it without the R. Merci. Say it one more time, again.
All right, so I'll say both so you know the difference out of one. So in French, it will be merci. In Creole, it's merci.
Merci. So I take out, in French, it's merci. In Creole, it's merci.
There you go, sir.
Merci, très bien.
Can out of one can. De rien généralement.
Merci. Keep merci. Go ahead. The water. Mm-hmm. Whenever you're ready, Levi.
So we got some more questions in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Masha Yahawada says, Salaki Alawat, but your leave, does 1 Thessalonians 5:3 speak to this new peace group Trump put together?
Okay, this new peace thing that Trump put together? Break that down. I don't know what that is.
That also came out of the Davos meetings in Switzerland, where he confused Greenland for Iceland.
He's the dummy. All right, wait, first tell me what the new Trump peace deal is. Do you know what that is, Levi? I mean, Ephraim?
I'm going to pull up so I can give you a better rundown.
No sweat.
But it's basically to bring peace to Gaza, and he's bringing other countries together to rebuild Gaza.
Okay.
And he's calling it the Board of Peace to oversee the reconstruction of Gaza. And so it's all European countries, mostly the United Arab Emirates, Pakistan, and Trump is claiming to have brought them all together to rebuild Gaza now.
Well, just so you know, anything Trump says is a lie. So if Trump says it is absolutely not true. And that's what you just have to remember first with anything that Trump says. He's just lying about it, completely lying. So there probably is no peace deal at all. He just talked about it when the camera got in front of his stupid face, because he is like every other oppressor, an inferior penis and a giant mouth, like every other oppressor, a small penis and a big mouth. So the peace deal probably doesn't exist. But anyway, we'll still break it down and read this precept for you, all right? Go ahead.
1 Thessalonians 5:3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them.
You absolutely can use that for this or anybody else, that speaks about making some giant peace deal. I remember at the end of World War II, they made the UN, and they made, what's that over there in Europe that they all come together for safety against the Russians? Not the UN, but say again?
NATO.
NATO was created at the end of World War II because Adolf Hitler went to war with all of those European countries. They said, from now on, we're going to all come together as one. And we're going to be NATO to have peace in Europe. Now America is at war with NATO. Now America hates NATO and is fighting NATO and trying to steal Greenland from NATO. So they always talk about peace, having some peace deal. The problem is the person making the deal is the criminal. The person making the deal is the aggressor. You thought Adolf Hitler was bad. Adolf Hitler got all of his ideas from America, all of them, every last one of them. He hired people from the Native American Indian Bureau, flew them over to Germany to teach him how to destroy the Jewish people the same way America destroyed the chosen people of God, the North American Indians. So yeah, you got rid of Hitler. Now you make NATO for peace. The problem is the people making the peace are the same people making the war. So yes, this is a perfect precept for that. And any other peace talk that some devil is talking about, when really he's going to make a treaty with you and then kill everybody who signed the treaty. This is an excellent precept for that topic. Okay. All right.
Most High in Christ, sir. Brother asked in the comments, Salakia Adawan, do we know who the ancient Assyrians are today?
Oh boy. Commander General Yohana knows. I don't think I remember. The ancient, wait a minute, it's coming to me. Is that the same as the Kardashians? What are the Kardashians?
They're from.
I want to say, I don't remember. Okay, but these officers and captains, they remember. I don't remember. I want to say they're the same people as
Armenian.
I want to say they're the Armenians, but I can't recall. Okay. I only know the people that's in front of me every day. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I think those Persians are the Iranians. I remember that. And that's all I remember. Okay, Chinese, Japanese, blah blah blah. But yeah, the brothers will know about that. Ask the brothers about that. The young brothers know who everybody is. I can't recall who. I want to say they're the same people as Kim Kardashian, but I can't remember all the way. All right.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Brother asked, are there scriptures that refer to cremation?
Scriptures that refer to cremation. It's the custom of the other nations to burn their dead. You can look up burning your dead. There might be, but I can't recall because it is not an Israelite custom to burn our dead, but it could be. It's a little on the back of my head, like there might be one about burning their dead. Burning your dead is a funeral. The term funeral is from fire, because the Greeks and the Romans and all of this, the so-called white or Caucasian tribes, they would burn their dead, right? They didn't bury their dead, they burned their dead. So the term funeral comes from funerary or from fire in Greek. In Israel, we do not burn our dead, we bury our dead. We bury them. We put them in the ground. In the ground, from dust thou came, and from dust thou shalt return. Okay, so because of the laws in the Bible about how we properly treat our loved ones, we would never burn them. It is not an honorable burial to have a cremation. It's a heathenistic burial. It's not part of our culture to do something like that. All right, we would bury our dead. So I don't remember any off the top of my head, but if you look up burning the dead, you might find one in there. All right, and you might jog my memory if you can think of one.
Come on. That's all on that, sir.
So brothers can know, in the UPK, we don't have a funeral department. We have a burial department for that reason. That's the reason it's called the burial department, because we don't do funerals, which would be cremations are literally what a funeral is. All right. And when I'm saying in literal terms, that's what a cremation is. Go ahead.
Sir. A brother asked, Shalom, General, can I get a breakdown of Acts 10 and 13? I have a Christian trying to justify eating pork by saying God changed the pig to be clean.
All right. He changed the pig to be clean. Is the brother in the chat room?
All
right, let's go to it.
Acts 10 and verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
And there came a voice to him, rise, Peter, kill and eat.
Mm-hmm.
That's the verse, sir.
Okay, well, you better read a little more for everybody else's context, all right?
Verse 14. But Peter said, not so, Lord, for I have never eaten anything that is common or unclean.
This is one of those times when you have to realize that there are many people that do not understand context at all. And they absolutely don't know when someone is trying to teach them a lesson as opposed to being literal. I remember years ago, Ephraim, when I said that when Will Smith smacked Chris Rock, I said in class that Chris Rock should have sex with Will Smith's wife. Do you remember that?
Yes, sir, I do.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, controversy. It was just so controversial. Of course, there are precepts that I could pull to prove exactly what I said. And what you think I'm saying, I am not saying. I am not saying that he should do it. But I'm saying Will Smith would understand it if Chris Rock did what he could do to humiliate him the way that he was humiliated that night on the Oscars. And since Will Smith's wife is a slut and a whore, that's what Chris Rock could do, even though he can't fight Will Smith because he's too small. He can't hit Will Smith. He can't stand up to Will Smith because of his physical advantage. But Will Smith is married to a whore, so he could have sex with her. Then Will Smith would understand what it means to be humiliated. See, many times in the Bible, the Most High God is doing that, trying to make you understand something, not telling you to literally do it, which is why he told, I believe, Isaiah, go and marry a harlot. Go and have children with a harlot. Why? He doesn't want you to marry a harlot. He wants you to understand what it's been like to be your God, because you're a whore. You have other gods. You cheat on me. So you go marry a whore. You see what it's like. He doesn't want you to marry a whore. He wants you to understand what you've been doing to him. Of course, I don't want anybody to have sex with another man's wife, but I do want you to understand humiliating another brother because you're bigger than him. I want you to understand humiliating another brother. Of course, the Most High God does not want you to eat pork, but he wants you to understand that there are people who you think are evil, but really they're just not from around these parts. Really, they're just from top side or north side, or they're from the west side, or they're norteños and you're a sorreño. They're just from a different place, but you're really brothers. But you hate each other so much, but you shouldn't, because no man can call unclean what I have made clean. This is about people. This is not about pork. This is an example. This is a teaching tool. This is context. I just summed the whole damn thing up for you. Now I'll just try to understand your answer, okay? So go ahead and keep reading.
Verse 15. And the voice spake unto him again the second time, what God hath cleansed, that call not thou common.
Because for context, Peter had a dream there was a sheet with pigs on it, snails, everything that's unclean to eat was on this sheet. And a voice from God said, Peter, get up and eat it. Peter said, Lord, I have never eaten anything unclean, which also lets you know what Jesus Christ taught, because Peter was with Jesus Christ every day of his mission, and he still didn't eat unclean things. So Peter told God, no, Lord, I have never eaten any unclean thing. First, Christian, ask yourself if you could say the same thing. All right. Peter told God, no. The Lord said what? Read it again.
What God hath cleansed, thou call not thou common.
This voice said, what God has cleansed, Call that not thou uncommon, meaning don't call it common if God made it clean. For something to be common, it was like filthy, dirty. Jada Pinkett is a common whore. Your preacher is a common slut, a common street walking, hustling whore. To be common was dirty. God said, don't call it common if I made it clean. Keep going.
And the voice of Salakia, verse 16. This was done thrice.
This was done what?
Thrice.
This was done 3 times. Go ahead.
And the vessel was received up again into heaven.
Then the vessel left him and went back up into the sky. Keep going.
Now, while Peter doubted in himself what this vision which he had seen should mean.
Read that again.
Now, while Peter doubted in himself what this vision which he had seen should mean.
You see, you Christians are so greedy. You don't doubt what it means. You say, well, it was a pig on the sheet. I'm going to eat poke. You think this is your freedom to eat poke, to eat pig, to eat snails, to eat crabs and lobster. Peter wasn't a filthy, dirty, diabetes, high blood pressure ridden pig like you are. So he doubted what it meant. Why aren't you Christians doubting what it means?
Right.
Peter is saying, the Lord told me to eat this pig. Let me try to figure out what he's trying to say.
Right.
Try to understand this. You thinking Christians get up and just eat pig and snail and lobster. You don't even doubt what it means. You don't even think about it at all. Why? Because you are disgusting, and that's why you're dying. That's why you're dying, because your stomach is bigger than your conscience, because your lust and your appetite is bigger than your love of God. Continue.
Yes, sir. Behold, the men which were sent from Cornelius had made inquiry for Simon's house and stood before.
As he's doubting, what does this mean?
For the gate.
As he's thinking about it, Ephraim, men knocked on his door. Men came to his house from Cornelius. Who was Cornelius? Cornelius was like a cop or an ICE agent today. He was someone that worked with the white man. You know, there are many Hispanics that are ICE agents. You know about that. Many Hispanics. Many men, so-called black men who are ICE agents. Men who the nation hates. Blacks and Latinos hate them because they work for our oppressor. They're traitors, traidores. They're traitors. So we hate them. But they knocked on his door. They're at his door. As he's thinking about what this vision means, these unclean people knock on his door. Continue.
Verse 18, and called and asked whether Simon, which was surnamed Peter, were lodged there. While Peter thought on the vision, the Spirit said unto him, behold, 3 men seek thee.
While he's thinking about this vision where God told him to eat pork, all of a sudden someone knocks on the door and says, 3 men seek you. 3 men want to talk to you. Keep going.
Come. Verse 20, arise therefore and get thee down and go with them, doubting nothing.
Then the same voice said, get up and go with these men and don't doubt anything. Don't doubt. Get up and go with them. Continue.
For I have sent thee.
For what?
For I have sent them.
Because God sent these men to you. Don't doubt it. I know who they are. I know what they've done. I know what they've done. But you go with them. Go with them because God sent them to you. I sent them to you. Keep going.
Then Peter went down to the men which were sent unto him from Cornelius and said, behold, I am he whom ye seek. What is the cause wherefore ye are come?
Keep going.
Verse 22. And they said,
it's too much noise in your background too, Ephraim.
Salakia. Verse 22. And they said, Cornelius the centurion, a just man, and one that feareth God, and of good report among all the nation of the Jews, was warned from God by an holy angel to send for thee into his house and to hear words of thee.
Boy, oh boy, Cornelius was a centurion, the same way they are Hispanic and black ICE agents. This one was of good report among the Jews. Imagine a cop where, so many other cops and FBI agents and ICE agents, they're cruel. But imagine an ICE agent that refuses to snatch that baby out of that mother's arms. It refuses to go on that raid. He says, nah, I'll just stay in the office. I can't do that. I'll bring the donuts, but I can't do what you're doing. And because of that, he gets a good reputation. You have many cops like that. Some of these cops in the Israelite school of UPK, where they have a good reputation with blacks and Latinos because they don't oppress them. They treat them with mercy and kindness and professionalism. And then that cop, his deeds will be known among the people. The people will know that I know there are many bad cops, but this one is a good one. This one is fair. This one is just. This one doesn't oppress. This one doesn't use his badge to hurt his own people. This one uses his badge to intervene and to be a source of goodness in their life. He'll be known among his people. His righteousness will be known. That was Cornelius. And so he's telling Peter, listen, man, I'm sitting here by a good cop. I know he's a cop. I'm sitting here by a good one. He doesn't do the things other cops do. I'm sitting here by him. Continue.
Come. Then called he them in and lodged them. And on the morrow, Peter went away with them, and certain brethren from Joppa accompanied him.
Peter went with them. Now skip me to the verse where Peter realized what this vision was about. Well, he said, I know it is unlawful for me being a Jew. Read that. That's directly to the brother's point. He can give this to his pig-eating, shrimp-eating, seafood boil-eating pig of a cousin.
Continue. Verse 34. Then Peter opened his mouth and said, of a truth, I perceive that God is no respecter of persons.
You know what? I know that God is no respecter of persons because of this. Go ahead.
But in every nation, he that feareth him and worketh righteousness is accepted with him.
Meaning what? That I know that God does not respect persons, but in every nation, if you fear the Lord, the Most High God will be with you. You're a black or a Latino and you work with the white man. But I know that even among them, among the traitors, among the people that I don't go around, there are some brothers that are in there fighting, in there saying, I'm not going to do what these other cops are telling me to do. You ICE agents out there, there are some of you ICE agents out there with a conscience, and you have to step into it. You have to let everyone know, I'm not going on that raid. You know what needs to happen on one of these ICE raids out? They need to go, and before they shoot a woman in their head, or before they beat up someone or kill someone, another ICE agent needs to grab the gun of another person and say, put that gun away. That's a baby. That's a child. That's a 5-year-old girl. Put that gun away. That will get on camera. It will be all over the news. And now we in the Black and Latino community will know that this ICE agent, even though he is in that nation, even though he is with them, even in that nation, the Most High God will find the righteous. Even though you work for the white man, even though you work for our enemy, even in that nation, God will find you and bring you to us. Continue.
Verse 28. And he said unto them, ye know how that it is an unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew to keep company or come unto one of another nation.
The one what?
Of another nation.
What does it mean to be of another nation? Jesus Christ said, be ye in the world, but not of it. Not of it. Being of another nation means you keep the customs of someone else. You're black, you're Latino, but you're an ICE agent. You're black, you're Latino, but you're a cop. You're black, you're Latino, but you're a drug dealer. You're doing something evil. But God is going to affect the conscience of the people of other nations, the people who are our brothers and sisters, but they follow the customs and the culture of someone else. God will still find them as well. He's found many of them. It is unlawful for me, being a Jew, to keep company with someone of another nation, which also, once again, lets you know what type of man Jesus Christ was, because Peter was with Jesus Christ every day. And until this moment, he never would keep company with someone who worked for the white man, ever. He would never do it. But now he realized something. Keep going.
Come. But God hath showed me that I should not call any man common or unclean.
This is who asked the question?
Mankind Quay.
Mankind Quay. This is my question to you. Answer it fast. How did God show him that he should not call any what?
Any man common or unclean.
Emphasize the word man, that he should not do any what?
Any man common or unclean.
Mankind, tell me, when did God show Peter that he should not call any man common or unclean? Let mankind answer the question, and I'm moving on now. Anything else? Go ahead. When mankind answers it, tell me.
Con.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a couple other questions in the chat.
Do you think?
Salakia, my Lord, please bestow your wisdom with a breakdown of Leviticus 22 and verse 10 and 11.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, buy any soul with money. The water, sir.
Gracias, con gusto. Claro que sí. Of course, I will absolutely do anything I can to serve you. Okay, go ahead and read, please.
Leviticus 22 and 10. There shall no stranger eat of the holy thing. Mm-hmm. A sojourner of the priest or an hired servant shall not eat of the holy thing.
So this once again lets you know about what a stranger is, and is telling you by it saying a sojourner of the priest or a hireling, meaning you were a stranger because you were not a Levite. The holy things we're speaking about, the show bread. There in Israel, in the temple, there was bread that they would bake and they would sit on the altar so that the people could see it. And by seeing the bread, the people knew that the priests were being provided for, because the priests were not allowed to have other jobs. They had to only do one job, which is attend to the temple and attend to the people's needs of God. So they put bread on the altar so that the people could see it. And that's why it was called show bread, because it was so you could look at it and go, all right, the priests are good. They got bread. They're eating. And so no one else could eat this bread. So if you were just visiting, if you worked for the priest, but you weren't the priest, you couldn't eat this bread, because this was for the bread. This is the same bread that David ate. He ate this bread, even though he was not from the tribe of Levi, but from the tribe of Judah, of which Moses or the law did not speak of concerning the priesthood. But he still ate this bread, because now those priests begin to really understand the law, and that the law was for man, not against man. So this brother that was starving absolutely could eat that bread. So, but this is the law we're speaking about right now. The law about the showbread, and you couldn't eat it unless you were a Levite priest. If you weren't a Levite priest, you were a stranger in this sense, meaning you worked for the priest. That's not good enough. You were a sojourner. A sojourner means you were not from around these parts. You were from the east side. You were just traveling here. You couldn't eat it. You had to be of the tribe of Levi to eat it. That's your breakdown. Next.
So I think his question was in verse 11. But if the priest buy any soul with his money, he shall eat of it, and he that is born in his house, they shall eat of his meat.
Here we go about where you're born. So this priest buys any soul with his money, meaning now you're in the priest's family. Why? Because he bought you. What would you call that today? An adoption. If the priest buys you with his money, you're in his family. You're one of him now, because now he adopted you. And guess what? For you brothers and sisters that don't know, if you want to adopt a kid, guess what it's going to take? Blow my mind with the answer, Levi, Ephraim.
Money.
Money. That's what you're going to need, which is why there are so many white families with all these dark-skinned kids, because these white families have the money to adopt these children, which is why so many gay men have black and Latino children, because these gay men have the money to adopt these children. It's the same thing. You pay for this kid, now he's your daughter. I mean, she's your daughter or he's your son. So he can eat of the bread because now he is a Levite, because he's in your family. Or if he's actually in your family, then they could eat the bread because they're in the family of the priest.
Kind the brother Manton Quay said, I don't know, sir.
Oh, shit, Manton. Where the hell you been the whole class? Read the precept again for the brother. Ask him what that means. Read that last precept.
It was Acts 10 and 28.
Acts 10 and 28, mankind, pray. Read it again.
God has showed me that I should not call any man common or unclean.
Give him that precept and give him the other one where Peter said, I have not eaten anything common or unclean. Give him those two.
Verse 14, but Peter said, not so, Lord, for I have never eaten anything that is common or unclean.
What verse is that?
Verse 14.
So say the whole chapter and verse.
Sir.
Acts 10.
Oh, right. Acts 10 and 14.
So read this, mankind. Acts 10 and 14, and what else?
And Acts 10 and 28.
And Acts 10 and 28. Here's your question, mankind. When did God show Peter that he should not reject any man that is common and or unclean? Take those two verses, read them over and over and over again. O Travis. Again. Out Travis. Salakia. Again. Read it again and then answer the question. Hurry up before the class ends. When did God show Peter that he should not reject any man that is called common or unclean? Come on. Next.
If I could, sir.
Go ahead.
The comparison to that class was so perfect because I remember watching that class, and it was before I had come into the school.
Oh,
but man. I was watching class regularly,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember when that incident happened, I was looking forward to your class, to hearing your breakdown. And when the class, like after the class, I didn't even think anything of that moment. Mm-hmm. It didn't even really register until people started talking about it online afterwards, because I know the school doesn't teach people to commit adultery.
Yeah.
So it never crossed my mind to take it that way.
Well, once again, people outside of the UPK don't know that I've been trained by Commander General Yohana. I don't cough unless I plan to do it.
Yes, sir.
You understand? I don't say anything I didn't plan to say. Everything I have ever said, I plan to say it. And I absolutely know how to defend it because I've been raised by Commandant General Yohana, sitting at his feet while you were somewhere smoking weed and putting dildos in your butt in the Sakari. All right. Anything else?
It was those same people that were talking about that class, wasn't it?
I think so. I think you're right about that.
All right. It's like, sir, it might be a good time to get into your topic.
All right, cap it up then. Mm-hmm.
Let's see what we got first up. We have a lot on deck today, sir.
Let's try to run through them. Just tell me if the brother answers the question.
I would.
Am I missing any important questions?
So
they're all important.
Kind.
But anything that maybe you believe I should get to. Go ahead.
I think we got through most of the questions.
All right.
Officer Yadzar in the room, sir.
Yadzar, please.
Real quick, I don't want coming up with the World War III, right? With World War III that is around the corner. Mm-hmm. At this stage, I don't want with our people, Is it like I'm witnessing? Is it that we are going to lose? How do I put this, sir? The power that we thought that we had, or the comfort that we thought that we had, right? It seems like we are losing it at a faster rate. Our people in the world, of course, in the UPK, we've been waiting for this time forever. We've been prophesying about it. But is that what is happening, sir? That we are losing the comfort under the shadows of our oppressor, and it's just going to get worse as we approach the Third World War? Can you speak on that if you understand what I'm saying, sir?
I think I do. Let me give you a few precepts. Give me them that they trust upon the land of Egypt. That's in the Old Testament. I want to say Isaiah or Ezekiel. And give me the stars of heaven falling from the sky. Let me tell you, Blacks and Latinos, Haitians, Dominicans, we've been through some terrible times here, warrior. Terrible times. And so as you look at today, you might think, is this the worst of all times? It is not. Blacks and Latinos, brother, and Haitians, my God, we've been through some times here. Your grandmother and your grandfather could have told you some stories, brother. I know you think times are bad now, but this is not the time of lynching in Mississippi. You understand, warrior? This ain't that. This is not that. So there have been far worse times that your grandmothers and grandfathers have been through in America and in Haiti and in Venezuela and in the Dominican Republic and in Mexico. And we've been through horrible things, not things where you're looking on your phone and you're hearing about the decay of society and the decay of the rule of law. I mean, we've been through things where there is no water. You understand, Levi? Where there's no food at all. There's no water, there's no food. We've been there. So when you see how bad times are getting, I would recommend not thinking about it like, oh, is this the worst time ever? That's not what is happening now, but this is exactly what is happening now. The trust that we have in America is the worst that has ever gotten. We don't trust America the way we do, the way we used to. That's what is eroding. Blacks and Latinos, brother, while they had no food and no water, they trusted going to church every Sunday with no food and no water. While they were being lynched from trees, you know what they thought? I'm going to go to church on Sunday and pray to a white God. And that white God one day is going to help me. So even though they were being lynched and starved and forced to degrade themselves every day, they still trusted in Egypt. They still believed that the white man was God, Jesus was white, and that trusting in white people will one day get us out of this hell. That is what is going down. That the trust is leaving. The belief in that white society will help us if we are nice and good and passive, that is going away fast. You understand, Levi? So give me the precepts and I'll show you what is changing right now. Whenever you have it, read it.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that they counsel, but not of me, and that they cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin.
You see, our people, like even in the worst of times, we always trusted that white people would save us. White people would come from the north and save us. That white Jesus would save us. My cousin is hanging from a tree, but if I trust in my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, I will be okay. We trusted white people when white people were the ones swinging the rope. We still trusted white people, but that has changed. That's not the same anymore. Woe unto them. We covered ourselves with a covering that God didn't give us. We covered ourselves with the culture, with the personality that white people gave us. And that's so appropriate on the week of Martin Luther King's birthday. Because on Martin Luther King's birthday, Martin Luther King gave us the costume that we all would wear to make white people love us, to make white people not hang us, to make white people not beat us. even though Martin Luther King himself was killed and beaten by white people. But we still were told if we could be peace-loving, pacifists like Martin Luther King, then white people would forgive us for being black, even though white people did not forgive Martin Luther King for being black, even though he was peace-loving, he was nonviolent, he was a pacifist. So once again, God didn't tell us to do this, but white people did tell us to do this. I was talking to Ephraim today about the movie In the Heat of the Night, when Sidney Poitier smacked a white man in 1979, 1973, it shook the foundation of America because a black man hit a white man who smacked him in the face first. It was, brother, you ask your father about that time. Ask your grandfather. They were so stunned to see it that it shook America because America had never seen a black man stand up for himself in a movie. Remember, the white man smacked him first. Sidney Poitier smacked him back. Brother, the damn country damn near exploded. Remember, you're living in a place where when Jack Johnson won a fight, Jack Johnson was a famous boxer. When Jack Johnson won a fight, they killed black people in Mississippi. They killed black people. You go do the research on that. When there was a famous boxing match where a black man fought a white man, if that white man lost that boxing match, black people were hung. They got killed. White people could never take seeing any black man stand up for himself. They couldn't take it. And what I'm saying, you can go Google this and find it on your own. If there was a boxing match between a black man and a white man, if that black man won, it was irresponsible because white people were going to kill black people somewhere in America. They were going to kill them. That's Jack Johnson. He beat a white man. People got hung for it. You were hung. You were killed. That is the place that we lived in. And then you had Martin Luther King in 1963. Oh, and he would let white men beat him and let white men kill his people. And he loved them and he held their hands and he was the perfect Negro. And every black person said, if I become like him, then white people won't hurt me. Then they killed Martin Luther King too. they killed him too. What black people still say, I know they killed Martin Luther King, but if I act like Martin Luther King, then I will be a good Christian. Then they will love me. Then they will do it. This happened this week where some black man saw this white supremacist. He was about to be beat to death by other white people. And a black man stepped up and saved his life, threw his body on him, gave him the kindness and the righteousness of faith that you can only find among the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. And because of that, this white man got his life saved. And when they asked him why he did it, he brought up Jesus and Christianity. And we've always believed that if we could be more kind to white people than they have been to us, then white people will not hang us. They will not hurt us. That's a covering we got from white people, not from God. That doesn't come from the Lord our God. We trust in the compassion of white people, though they have no compassion. We trust in the empathy of white people, though they are incapable of empathy. That trust is eroding. That's what's changing right now. Times aren't worse. Times are damn sure not worse than the 1930s. Damn sure not worse than the Zoot Suit riots out there in Los Angeles for La Raza and the Mexican people, when the cops would just kill Mexicans on sight. They wouldn't arrest them. They would kill them on sight. Times are not, that, but people don't trust that white compassion will ever raise its head and save our lives. Go ahead and read it.
Verse 2. That walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth.
We walk. We walk. Think about marching. Think about Martin Luther King marching. We walk to go down into Egypt. We shall overcome. We shall over. You walk. You march to make yourselves more of a slave. To make yourselves more pitiful and subservient to a people who have no pity. We did that. We do that. Keep going.
To strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh.
To do what?
Strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh.
Meaning we're weak, we're small, we're victims. And so because of that, we decide to make ourselves strong by joining them, by marching and joining them. And we think that if they accept us, then of course we can live. Keep going.
And to trust in the shadow of Egypt.
To do what?
Trust in the shadow of Egypt.
To do what?
Trust in the shadow of Egypt.
Let me tell you, we're not trusting in Egypt. We're trusting in the shadow of Egypt, in the image of America. And there has always been an image of white people that has said, if I could just bow my neck enough, if I could please and thank you and yes, sir, ma'am, and no, sir, ma'am, and anytime you want, if I could be so polite, if I could assimilate, if I could never speak Spanish, never speak Creole, never make them think that I care about my home country. I remember when that Mexican brother waved in a Mexican flag, the internet went crazy because they said, how dare he wave a Mexican flag in America where I have the freedom of speech and the Italian flag and the Irish flag and the Confederate flag. Mexicans are expected to not even have freedom of speech, not even act like Americans if they want to be loved by America. See, we trust in the shadow of Egypt, in the image of the freedom of speech, in the image of equality, in the image of race doesn't matter. That image, we trust in that. And we don't anymore like we used to. We don't. That's what's changing. Keep going.
Verse 3, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be ashamed.
So now, since you trust in Egypt, you're going to be ashamed that you ever trusted in Egypt. That's happening now, Levi. Everyone is looking stupid who thought that the white man would change, who thought that affirmative action would not be struck down, who thought that racism would end. Now you look dumb. Now the Christians look stupid, and the UPK looks like we were right all the time. Looks like we were right the whole time.
Right.
And that the Christians were wrong. Keep going.
And the trust in the shadow of Egypt, your confusion.
You get that, Levi? Now that's what you're seeing now. People that said, damn, wait a minute, I think we might be stupid for thinking that America was ever not going to be racist.
Right.
I think we look like dummies now. You do. You do.
Okay.
Sure you do. Everyone understands. I will go with that, Levi. I asked for another one. That's what you see. I'm just trying to explain what you're seeing. It's not that times are worse, but the faith that everyone has in America and white people is not where it used to be. It's falling fast. Another precept is where I saw the stars of heaven falling from the sky like lightning, coming down. We trusted people that we should have never trusted. We trusted organizations and institutions that we should have never trusted, ever. We trusted the Christian church. You have that video where the Christians went over with Don Lemon into a Christian church because the pastor is in charge of the ICE agents in that city. The pastor in a Christian church. And who's the brother out there in Ohio, the captain out there?
Captain Nepatazar.
Captain Nepatazar did a hell of a video on it. And he said, what in the hell were you so surprised for? To find out that a Christian pastor was an ICE agent. You should have known. Why were they so shocked? Why were they so angry? Because they trusted these Christian pastors to be liberal, to be kind, to be merciful, to not care about race. Meanwhile, the pastor is dragging 5-year-old babies to jail. Go ahead and play it.
And Nakima stood up and said her piece, and then the protesters surrounded her. But this is a clandestine mission. I think they found out one of, according to them, this is according to Operation Pull Up, that one of the pastors here is a member of ICE. And so here we go.
You talk to lead pastor.
Yeah. Okay. And so
can you imagine the heartbreak of the parishioners in that church when they went, what? My pastor is dragging 5-year-old babies to jail? The man of God that I believe in. They couldn't believe it. I can believe it. This totally makes sense to me, because you are exactly who I thought you were. But the people that go to church, they had faith in you. They trusted you. Now they look like fools. Go ahead and play it.
So this is not the pastor they're referring to, but this is the one who was giving the sermon at the time they pulled up.
Well, it's shameful. It's shameful to interrupt a public gathering of Christians in worship.
but there were folks who will say,
I have to take care of my flock.
okay, but listen, we live in there's a constitution in the First Amendment to freedom of speech and freedom to assemble and protest.
We're here to worship. We're here to worship Jesus, because that's the hope of these cities. That's the hope of the world, is Jesus Christ.
I want to be very respectful. Please don't push me, though.
We're here to worship.
You see, God, he's a nasty. Let me tell you what the pastor is saying. He wants you to forget that the pastor is an ICE agent. Forget that the pastor is a child molester. Forget that the pastor is a thief. Worship God. Worship God. That's the trust in Egypt. That's what Blacks and Latinos and Haitians and Dominicans have held on for so many years. So many years. And it's not working anymore. It's not working the way it used to. And just for you people out there that are finally realizing that the Christian church is a lie, and you want to go into a Christian church and protest the Christian church, I certainly understand why. I get it. If you want, let me give you a better tactic. Going into a church is not how you hurt a church. Leaving a church is how you hurt a church. Leave them. Don't ever go. Shut the doors of that church. When that pastor walks out there Sunday morning and he is by himself, he will understand that he was never truly serving God. He understands that he chose cruelty and oppression over the word of God. The Bible says that thou shalt treat the stranger that has not been born among you, you will treat him as if he has been born among you. The Bible tells you to be kind to immigrants, kind to people from other countries who live in your country. That's what the Bible says. Your pastor does not believe in the Bible. You want to hurt him? Don't ever go into that church again. You want to hurt him? Join the Israelite School of UPK. He'll hate that.
Right.
He can't stand that. The minute your pastor finds out that the vast majority of his Black and Latino congregation are now Israelites in the UPK, he will truly know that he has made a mistake in his career path. He will know. He will know that he was never a servant of God, because now his congregation, now they're clean. Now the people that were common now are clean. And now they're in the Israelite School of UPK. That's how you hurt churches. Leave them and join One West.
And right.
Anything else?
Yes, sir. The more that Trump and the administration has expressed support for the ICE agents, the more aggressive they've gotten. We have this video. We have a couple of videos of white women interacting with ICE agents.
Listen, have y'all not learned from the past couple of days? Have you not learned?
Learned what? What's our lesson here? What do you want us to learn?
Following federal agents.
Give me my phone back. No, you can't take my phone.
Good warning. This is your warning.
For what?
Stop fucking following us. You are impeding operations.
Wait, let people go to
you
church.
You did not learn from what just happened?
Leave. Oh my God, Ephraim. What? That's my first time seeing that. Ephraim.
Sir.
El opresor es el diablo de la Santa Biblia. My God. The ICE agents a few days ago shot a white woman in the head who was trying to leave when they told her to leave. That's the amazing part about that video when the ICE agents murdered that white woman. They said, leave. She was blocking the street. They said, leave, leave. She said, I have no problem with you guys. It's okay. She turned her wheel to the right to leave. He shot her in the head as she was leaving, and they told her to leave. It's like when Fernando Castillo, the cop told him, show me your ID. He reaches into his pocket to get his ID. The cop kills him, shoots him in the chest. That's what happened in Minnesota. They murdered that white woman. And then after that, they go to other white people and say, didn't you see what happened to that last one? Didn't you see what we did to that last white woman? You better not take my picture. You better not take pictures of me. You better not drive around behind me. The ICE agent is telling you they didn't kill that woman because she was trying to run them over. They killed that woman because she was protesting. That's why they killed her. And these ICE agents are telling you. Otherwise, they would say, you're going to get killed too if you try to run us over. You're going to get killed too in self-defense if you try to use your car to kill one of us. They're going to protesters who are videotaping them saying, do you want the same thing to happen to you? Meaning they killed that white woman because she was a protester. That's it. And I would use this in court if I was the white woman's family. The agents know why she got killed. She got killed for the same reason they're threatening to kill these people, because they're going to shoot the protesters. They're going to shoot you for filming them. They're saying it, which once again says so much about our oppressor. Our oppressor is completely cruel, and he doesn't care about all the things you think he cares about. Even race. Race is so hard to understand if you're Black or Latino. That's why when you read the Bible, you don't understand stranger. You don't understand Gentile. It's hard for you to get it because you don't really understand race the way white people do. This is race in the mind of any white oppressor. This is what race is. Race is the best reason to kill someone when you're looking for any reason to kill someone. White oppressors are looking for any reason to kill, anything. But race is the best reason to kill because it's simple, it's efficient, it makes it easy to know who to kill. But if they're a different race, I'll take any reason. Are they filming? Are they a woman? Anything. Are they Democrat? Are they Republican? Anything. The white man is just wants a reason to kill. Race is the best reason to kill. I'll prove that next when I show you where racism was invented. Play this video, please.
Sluggy, sir, we're having slight technical difficulties.
No problem. The brother's going to show you next where this is Stephen Miller, who's a Nazi. He was an absolute Nazi. Is it appropriate to call people who hate Mexicans and Black people Nazis? Damn right, because that's where the Nazis learned it. Yeah. You can always call anyone a Nazi who hates a Latino, Hispanic, so-called, or a Black person or Haitian. You can always use the word Nazi because Americans are who taught the Nazis. The Nazis learned it from the Americans. So you absolutely can use the word Nazi. I hear some people saying, well, can you call him a Nazi? Well, that's where the Nazis got it. That's how the Nazis learned it. The Nazis learned it from America. Yeah. Stephen Miller, he's a Nazi. Donald Trump, he's a Nazi. The whole Trump administration, they're all Nazis, white supremacists, small little terrified men who want to boost their very fragile and minuscule, tiny egos by hurting a people who are better than them. White people, we're your betters. White men, we are your betters. And you have to face that. You can't rebel against it. You can't fight against it. You can't become a cop or ICE agent hoping that you will finally feel like a big man. Let me tell you, ICE agents, something. As you're at work, if you're an ICE agent, if you're in Minneapolis or New York or Washington, D.C., as you are arresting Blacks and Latinos and hurting them and arresting them and shooting them, your wife is at home dreaming of having sex with a Mexican. Don't you ever forget that. Every ICE agent that is at work for 12 hours a day, beating up Latinos, your wife is at home fantasizing about having a Latino man inside of her. She's doing it. You are tiny and minuscule and angry. And your wife can't stand having sex with an ICE agent. You're all angry all the time, drinking all of those brews, drinking Budweiser and Lowenbrau, getting drunk all day. After these ICE agents leave work, they go to some ICE agent bar and they sit in that bar and they get all drunk. They get drunk out of their mind. Then they go home. And then when their wife comes over to them, what do? They fall asleep on the bed drunk. And they don't have sex with their wife. And all your wife is thinking about is Bad Bunny. Your wife all day is thinking about Bad Bunny. That's all she can think about. She wants some Latino man to be inside of her and to give her all of that hot salsa. That's what she wants. And you're at work arresting them and beating them up. And your wife is at home fantasizing all day about having sex with a Latino man. That's all she's doing. And you remember that every day. And when you come home and she won't talk to you and she's wondering what's wrong and you don't talk to her because you're playing Call of Duty in your man cave after you've gotten drunk with your ICE homeboys, the wife wants to have sex with other men. Always remember that, okay? Always. Recuerda siempre. Always remember. Anything else? Levi, we stuck?
Wait, can't, sir.
That's all right. Take this thing off the screen. I
Try
answer
and play
some
the
questions.
video, sir.
If we can't play the video, I'll answer the rest of the questions. Then we'll get the hell up out of here. What time is it? We late anyway, right?
Count, sir. It's just our computer's freezing a little bit. That's all.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Oh, we can't even see the questions.
I think it's catching up now.
Let me know if we can't play the videos. I'll do anything, and we'll wrap it up for Cross the Line. Cross the Line is waiting anyway, right?
To all ICE officers, you have federal immunity in the conduct of your duties. And anybody who lays a hand on you or tries to stop you or tries to obstruct you is committing a felony. You have immunity to perform your duties, and no one, no city official, no state official, no illegal alien, no leftist agitator or domestic insurrectionist can prevent you from fulfilling your legal obligations and duties. And the Department of Justice.
He said no city official. You know what that means? That means not even the police. No one can stop an ICE agent. ICE agents, I know you feel so big and you feel so strong because you have this Nazi telling you that you have absolute immunity to shoot any protester that you want to shoot. I understand, but don't let it go to your head because you're still a tiny little penis white man. And your wife is fantasizing about Bad Bunny. That's why they don't want Bad Bunny to perform at the Super Bowl, because every wife of every ICE agent is going to fantasize about having sex with Bad Bunny. That's what's going to happen. Because your wife, you might not like Latinos, but your wife does. She likes Latinos. Oh, she wants that salsa. She wants that salsa and that music. She wants a man that isn't so angry and bitter all the time because his father took him out to a hunting lodge and tied him to a tree and made him stab a wild boar. These white fathers are so cruel that these white men who join ICE, they are the sons of the craziest white man in the world who took their son hunting every weekend, took him out there. The son will be crying. He wants to go home. They would say, kill him, shoot him, boy, shoot him, kill him and shoot him. And the boy would be crying. His father would make him kill some animal. Father forces him to have sex with a prostitute. These ICE agents, their fathers paid for a prostitute for them to have sex for the first time to make sure their son wasn't gay. To make sure their son wasn't gay, an ICE agent's father paid for a prostitute and made his son have sex with a prostitute. And the boy is crying. The boy doesn't want to do it. But his father said, you ain't no homo, are you? You better get in there and have sex with that prostitute that I just had sex with. Your father just had sex with her. He wants you to go next. White fathers are terrible fathers. How do I know it? They raise ICE agents. But your wife wants that sweetness and that kindness. She wants all of that long plantanos, that plantain. That's what she wants. She wants that. She wants that caliente, that salsa. She wants that sabor inside of her. And she knows you cannot give it to her because you're some cruel, traumatized little boy with a tiny penis who becomes an ICE agent to try to regain some mimic manhood, some type of faux manhood that is not real manhood at all. And that's why you became an ICE agent. That's why you became that thing, because you feel like a man. So now the minute the ICE agent murders a white woman, you go to every other white woman and you say, do you want the same thing to happen to you? Stop taking pictures of me. I kill everyone that doesn't obey me. Now I'm manly. Now I'm a man. White women, pop into the chat and tell everyone how your husband isn't a man. Do it. You white women out there, if you're married to an ICE agent, you better start making videos and talking about that white man. He is abusive. He's beating you. He punches you. He gets drunk and he cries and he beats you up. He's molesting your children. You have to tell the world about how your ICE agent husband is not a real man. Tell everyone about it. Tell everyone, because they're killing. Give me that video of that man that said, kill that bitch, that famous comedian. White women, you better get up. You better learn. You better learn something, and you better start making videos. I'm not seeing enough videos from the mothers and the daughters and the wives of ICE agents. You better tell everyone about your husband, about your father. Your father is an ICE agent and he molested you. Tell everyone. Tell them all. Tell everyone what happened. Your husband, your boyfriend is an ICE agent. He beat you and he molested your daughter. Tell everyone. Tell them all. And in that way, maybe your husband can realize that being cruel isn't manly. Being unkind isn't masculine. He learned that from his father. We're going to have to teach him how to be a man for real. We're going to have to show him manhood. In the Israelite school of UPK, we'll teach you white men how to be men.
So
I'm sorry. Come on.
Officer Shargapong. So recently, Donald Trump, if I'm not mistaken, said that 60% of ICE are Hispanic men.
Oh, isn't that correct? Well, I could have told you that already. He's lying, of course, because he's Donald Trump. So anything Donald Trump says is a lie. He's lying. What he actually means is that there are some ICE agents that are Hispanic. I don't know if you know, Asher, but there are some cops who are black. You ever heard of them before? Yeah, there was 5 black cops in Memphis who pulled over an autistic boy. The autistic boy did not understand being pulled over. He didn't get it because he's autistic. He began to scream for his mother, and these 5 black cops beat a black boy to death. They killed him. right? They are not of this nation, Asher. Do you understand? Which is why Cornelius said, thou knowest that me being a Jew, it is unlawful for me to be in company with someone of another nation. Hispanic ICE agents are not of this nation. Black cops who are cruel and would murder an autistic child while he's screaming for his mother, they are of another nation. So that absolutely happens. That's a byproduct of oppression. Huh? It's Stockholm syndrome. Stockholm syndrome. Why are there any Hispanic ICE agents? Stockholm syndrome. Why are there any cruel black cops? Stockholm syndrome. If you want to look that up, you can put that on the screen. Stockholm syndrome. Donald Trump doesn't know how many ICE agents are Hispanic. Donald Trump learns about ICE the same way you do. He turns his Fox News on. Donald Trump turns on Fox News and he learns about these raids on Fox News just like you. You understand, Asher, correct?
Well,
Asher, is there anything you wanted to say about Venezuela? I haven't been here for a few weeks. Anything at all am I missing you would like to say? Let me know.
Mostly everything was said last class with Captain Cesario teaching, but from what I found is that there are Venezuelans who are here in the United States that support Donald Trump because they are providing them with liberty. And then there's Americans who are against what Donald Trump did. So in my research, what I found was that starting in the 80s and from the early 1900s to the 80s, Venezuela was increasing in their economy and power on the world stage due to oil. However, as the 80s started to move forward, a lot of outside and foreign influences, specifically and primarily from America, started to push politics and economics in Venezuela, changing things around. So when Chavez ended up taking over, and then now Maduro taking over, a lot of greed of the Venezuelan ruling class played a big part into the influences of America in terms of the economy, which made everyone suffer. But before that, the only class that was suffering primarily was the rich ruling class of Venezuela, when everything was nationalized and powers and money and corporations were taken away from those who were making all the money.
You're telling the truth. Give Asher a hand. He's telling the truth. He's from the same tribe as the brothers and sisters over there in Venezuela, the chosen people of God, the Venezuelans, the Colombians, the tribe of Asher, the grapevine, the Most High's favorite vine. He's telling the truth about that. No one should be surprised by there being a black or Hispanic people who have joined our oppressor. That is the only way that they could know to stay alive. Many people do that. People in danger of dying will do anything to survive. It's great courage for people who do not join the oppressor, who do not join the people that kill them. That is special courage. But it is common for an oppressed people to join the oppressed because people in danger of dying will do anything to live. But in the Israelite school of UPK under commanding General Yohana, you have not joined your oppressor. You have not joined the people that kill your people. You are the resistance. You stand in the gap, and you are the reason that God will give us justice. Everyone understands?
Yes, sir.
Keep going.
She backs up, get out of the car.
Oh, so there's a guy in front. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so she's driving at the guy. All right,
Yeah.
sorry, bitch. You got what you got. But listen, everybody. First off, what happened to chicks? I've been screaming this from the rooftops. Women.
God damn! Did you hear that, Asher? This is a famous podcaster. He watches the video for 10 seconds. He says, "Sorry, bitch. Sorry, bitch. I thought you white men protected white women. I thought you loved white women. I know you lynched our grandfathers because they whistled at white women. I know you killed our grandfathers because they looked at a white woman allegedly. In Emmett Till's case, he never even whistled at that white woman. Emmett Till was murdered and lynched and mutilated because he whistled at a white woman. Years later, the white woman said, he never even whistled at me. He never even whistled. And yet the sheriff came into his house, mutilated him, and killed him because of the lie of a white woman. I thought you white men did all those lynchings because you were trying to protect the honor of the white woman. Let me tell you something that I know you white men know. There is no greater whore on the planet than white women. None.
Right.
There is no one more promiscuous, no one more of a slut than a white woman. You know that. Now you're saying it because for years I thought that white men believed that white women were so pure and so innocent that they had to kill your grandfather for looking at her because they were afraid that your grandfather would force her into having sex. Do you know how many black men were lynched because a white woman lied and said that she was raped? White women don't need to be raped. They give it up. They give it up willingly. They give it up because they're whores. Now, here we are now. Finally, when an ICE agent kills a white woman, now a white and finally reveals their actual thoughts about white women. Play it again.
So get out of the car.
Oh, so there's a guy in front.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, so she's driving at the guy. All right,
Yeah.
sorry, bitch. You got what you got.
Keep playing it. Keep playing it.
But listen, everybody. First off, what happened to chicks? I've been screaming this from the rooftops. Women have gone fucking nuts. We weaponized women. We weaponized them. Also, there's a weird kind of a practicality that women don't grow up with because they don't have rough and tumble play. Guys grow up with a healthy fear of stuff and other guys and bigger guys get punched and you get smacked a couple times and you kind of learn your P's and Q's and stuff. Women do not do rough and tumble play. And so women, what I've been seeing is like 40-year-old women standing in front of police vans going, no, you're not going anyway. Like, and the van just starts running and they're going, no. And at some point they get knocked over and they lay on the ground and they scream, what's going on? And it's like, the van is 5,000 pounds. You're 190.
Pause it.
You're a little heavy. You're not a pixie.
White men, women absolutely know what it's like to get smacked around because white women get smacked around by white men. You beat them. Do you see how the minute that a woman gets murdered, then white men hate white women. They hate them because white men love nothing more than murder. Do you understand? If a white man has to choose between children, women, and murder, he will always choose murder. Murder is what he loves more than his family. He doesn't love white women. He didn't hang those black men because they whistled at a white woman or because he thought they raped the white woman. He hung those black men because he had the best excuse to kill when you're looking for any excuse to kill. This white woman didn't get shot because she tried to kill an ICE agent. She got shot because an ICE agent had any excuse to kill someone. So now this white woman is dead. And you know what? Sorry, bitch. Sorry, you bitch. What happened to chicks? What happened to chicks? Chicks don't get beat. Yeah, they do get beat. Chicks get smacked around by you. You smack them around. Every time you've had a few brews. Every time you've been drinking that Lowenbrow. White men, you're beating white women. They know what it is to get beat. A white woman knows what it is to get smacked in her mouth and get beat when you're drunk. She knows what it is to get smacked around. What she didn't know is that you love murder more than you love women. You love murder more than you love your children. A white man's culture is murder. It is his greatest love. It is his mistress. Murder is his mistress. He loves it the way you love a woman or you love something dear to you. He loves the ability and the freedom to murder, to kill. Give me the Fuente. Give me something else. I don't give a damn what it is. Go ahead. I don't want to keep cross the line waiting, so I don't want to inconvenience them.
Agent ever run up on me, I guarantee you that when I put a hole in their chest the size of a window, safe line repair, safe line replace, that's what's gonna happen. They touch me. Unarmed woman was killed by ICE. If you think you're about to come and brutalize the people while we're standing here, fuck around and find out. Our interactions with the police and ICE.
Ephraim, do you have the video when he was the blood and he said the same thing?
I could find that. I saw it.
Yeah. This cat here, I don't know who. The brothers told me, Yediah said, Officer Yediah out there, and I think Marah in Philly, they told me that they know this cat. That they know this cat. He's from Philadelphia. And this cat does this anytime there's a protest. He does this. But he joins a different group every time he does it. If you can find it, Ephraim, it might help illuminate the point.
Come on, sir.
This cat, whenever there is a protest, he joins a particular group or gang. And he says, if you come out here, we're going to shoot you. We're going to shoot you if you come out here. We're going to put a bullet in your head if you come out here. And sometimes he's a Crip, sometimes he's a Blood, sometimes he's a Black Panther, sometimes he's a Muslim. But he just joins a different group and comes out on the street and says, we're going to shoot the police if they come out here. Now, I don't know who this is. I don't know anything about him, but I have seen this tactic before. Usually this is done by the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and they pay someone to influence other people to join their group if you want to shoot the police. Join their gang if you want to shoot the police. So you go now and you join him. He writes your name down, your email address, and your phone number and your address. And now the FBI has a list of people to arrest who want to shoot the police. This whoever this cat here, he is a part of a consistent and old COINTELPRO plot from the federal government, where they go get some Black person and says, I want to